I need to start posting videos when I'm pretty, but I had this epiphany and I keep forgetting to post it. Some men treat you like repeatedly because they are addicted to being forgiven. Their mom and dad never accepted them. No one in their family liked them. They were the black sheep, and that didn't sit well with them, so now they just need you to...
The moment a man stops trying to impress you, something shifted. He used to show up sharp, intentional, focused on winning you over. Now he's neutral, because he no longer sees a return in effort. See, men invest where they feel valued, and withdraw where they feel tolerated.
Not gaining any actual value from the situationships or friends with benefits. It's free. Women can get anywhere. We don't care about that as much because we can get it so easily. So what we want from men is to step up and show us that you can be a provider for our future potential family. And for us when we're older and we have your child, and then there's all these things that we think about.
She partied hard in her 20s. Sampled every flavor on the menu.
You ready?
Lead the way.
And now she's 30, alone with 3 kids. Coming this spring.
It's time to settle down now and find me a good man that will take care of me and my kids. I'm looking for a man who is 6 feet tall and makes over $100K. No matches? Why can't I find a good man?
Don't worry, babies. We will have someone to take care of us soon.
A single mom.
Any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his account, that's a fucking red flag.
Huh?
His money is our money, and my money is my money.
Let's get out the way.
I know so many girls in my life personally that have been with guys that weren't transparent about money, and they ended up breaking up in divorces. So that is actually my number one. They must be generous with their finances from day one.
Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video. You know, modern women want men to chase them around until the end of time. And one thing we're finding out is that men are not going to do it anymore. Plain and simple, bro.
Kings have very low tolerance for emasculation. They'd rather be alone than to be diminished by a woman. And so when a man is looking for a partner, he's looking for those complementary strengths. And then, okay, what goes with this? And when he chooses her, and we feel it in our bodies before they ever say, will you marry me? We can feel when they have picked up the whole package. We feel safe. We feel loved and we feel safe. And it's because they have accepted the stuff that goes with what they value about you the most. That's just part and parcel. And if one of their friends says, oh, but she's so, that's just how she is. And he's not out to change it, even though it might hurt him, even though it might be irritating, even though it might trip him up. He's not going to try to change it. He bought the package.
I didn't know what yearning is until I heard my social media team talking about it. And I learned that when a man yearns to a woman, that's okay. But when a woman yearns to a man, that's not so okay. This is my explanation. A woman energy, feminine energy, receives. Man energy, masculine energy, gives. When a woman receives, that's getting the yearning of the masculine energy. That's nature. The sperm runs after the egg. Very simple.
You know, when men finally see, and modern women don't think that men are seeing this, but men have stopped investing. Men are opting out of a lot of this foolishness because these standards are so one-sided.
I'm seeing a lot of y'all in the comments, and I just want to clear something up real quick. Having standards does not make me unrealistic. It makes me intentional. And yes, I am a mom of 1 child. 1. So if anything, that made my standards go up, not down. And right now I'm focused on my career, my life, just becoming better. So why would I settle for someone that just wants one thing? And for y'all that's judging my past because of me having 1 child, that's between me and the law. Growth is real, accountability is real, and moving different is real. So, whatever. And if you got a problem with me having standards, nigga, wasn't my type anyway.
he has to want it too.
No, ma'am. It's on you to crawl across broken glass to get back to him.
Woo!
He has to want it too. He didn't break up with you. You broke up with him and broke his heart. He has to want it too. No, it's up to you to crawl across broken glass to get back to him. And the first thing was like, woo! See, it's hard for women when they think they're better than you, when they think that they were going to find greener grass on the other side. It's hard for women to put that ego and that pride. And that's why so many of our sisters stay stuck. Ridiculous ego and pride when you average looking, average job, average person. You had a normal average man and he was able to put up with yourself.
Things I truly wonder about men, number 349, men. What is something that instantly makes you lose interest?
Using intimacy as leverage? Intimacy is bare minimum in a relationship. He signed up for monogamy, not celibacy. Using it as a reward or a punishment. Him getting it for his birthday is just bare minimum. You caring about his wants and needs with that should just be default. Or the desire for him disappearing once commitment's involved. I've seen some women pull that fast one on him. That's not okay. That's toxic and messed up.
You know, what modern women have to understand is that men don't hate you. It's just when they weigh the two and you have peace on one hand and toxicity on another hand, which one do you think that most men are going to choose? Probably peace.
Humbly, I want to offer a small correction, Mr. Jeff, on what you said. Mm-hmm. You said that it's taking women too long to know what men want. Mm-hmm. I disagree.
Okay.
I think it's taking them too long to accept what men want. They know. Women absolutely know what men want. There's a rebellious spirit. There's a defiance. There's a can't nobody tell me what to do. And the reason why I say that is because when they get to the big age, and I'm speaking as an older woman, I'm 50. When they get to this big age, usually there's the, okay, I'll submit. Okay, I'll listen. Okay, I won't have the last word. Okay, I'll be responsible with money. Okay, I'll put some clothes on. They knew that all along.
If you want a really good example of a woman reaping what she sowed after years of hating on men, stick around, because I just saw a video of the fiance of a very well-known man-hater content creator that has millions of followers on this app. Don't ask me how I stumbled upon this. But in this video, what is hilarious is that he ends up exposing her for lamenting on the fact that some people are saying and thinking awful things about her, specifically targeting her relationship with this fiance. And I just have to say, after you have collected 8 million, mostly women that hate on men, or at least support you hating on men, when you yourself started showing your relationship and your man, what did you expect was going to happen?
On behalf of all the independent girls worldwide, I'm here to say that we are tired.
I beg your pardon?
I'm tired of worrying about my own hair, worrying about paying for my own nails, worrying about what I'm gonna eat, paying for what I'm gonna eat, paying my bills, fixing my own car, paying my own rent, doing everything by myself. Like, I need someone to share my worries with. I need to be taken care of. Like, the other day my car broke down and I had to call a mechanic by myself. I had to stay with the mechanic to fix the car by myself. I had to stay under the sun with the mechanic by myself. And I was just like, nah, this independent girl lifestyle is not for me. See all this, I'm self-made, I'm getting my own money, I'm independent. Let's be honest, okay? Let's start saying the truth. I'm tired. I know you are too. So please, let's wrap this up.
I tell Miss Independent women all the time, if you do not get a man because you think you're too good to get a man, you're going to end up paying men to be men.
A lot of these people that continue to say that men are broken. And honestly and truly, it's hilarious that they fix their mouth to even say that. Because, oh, men opting out, they must be broken. No, I'm just tired of disrespect. Can that not be true? Am I tripping? Like,
but when it comes to college, it should be 50-50. So my kids went to a school, and when it came to nursery school, they balanced the class. That means if you go to any preschool, they have half girls and half boys. That's just the way they do it. They balance it in other ways too. Alpha girls and beta girls and alpha boys. You can't have all the same kind of kid. But the idea that we have to balance the odds, otherwise marriage is also going to come to an end because of that statistic that women are only going to marry at their educational level or above. So marriage will end too.
So which girls shouldn't go though?
It's not which girls shouldn't go. It's giving boys advantage to succeed. And it's saying, you know what? We have 50% girls and 50% boys in this college, in this class. So in America, we have a lot of universities. I don't know the UK system. It's not my country. But in America, there's a lot of different places you can go. But the idea that it's like funneling, all the kids are being funneled in this way. And what I will say is that if we don't balance the odds, so girls and boys have equal opportunity in college and graduate school, we are going to have a huge social dilemma because nobody's marrying. And we have single parents. Then women are going, I can't find a man. And they're having children on their own. And that's causing a social problem because now we have little boys and little girls that don't have fathers. So all I'm saying is we need to balance the odds. That's it.
A lot of these modern women don't understand that men are checking out of dating because it's just a math thing. It doesn't really have anything to do with bitterness. When dating costs you your peace, it costs you your money, it costs you your mental health, and your return is uncertainty, then at that point in time, all signs are pointing to just walking away.
Hi, my name is Kyla. I've been a hostage, forced here, formaldehyded up, chained up to being a strong, independent black woman for a long time. I was tired. Y'all ain't tired? I'm tired. Like, I seen some of y'all bitter people who, made the wrong decisions, didn't set your boundaries, didn't get out when you should have. Talking about some man will ruin your life. But guess what? I like to talk to old people. When I talk to old people on benches, you know who they be talking about? Either their significant other who is on that bench with them or their significant other that has passed. I ain't never had an old person tell me about their degrees and their accolades. They don't. When I'm old, I want an old man to help me throw bread at the birds. So if I gotta trade out strong, independent to go ahead and find me a lifelong companion, y'all can have it. Go ahead and mail that back to whoever it gave it from. Help me, free Kyla. She tired. I'm a hostage. I'm tired.
You don't do yourself any favors by having children out of wedlock, especially when you start talking about getting men who earn more money. You just don't. Can it happen? Sure. But what are the likelihood? And that's when I ask ladies, what's the likelihood? What are the chances? Do you improve your odds or do you decrease your odds? And the thing is, ladies, I get it. You love your children unconditionally and you think that they're the best thing in the world. But to the world, that's just another person. That's hard for a lot of women to hear because women will for their kids. But to the men, it's like, hey, my kid. Now, I've been a stepfather. I get it. But a stepfather is a crappy deal in general. Rarely do you hear children who had good step parents shouting their step parents out. They're quicker to shout their mothers out. But stepfathers end up taking on all the responsibility of a biological father and often don't get any of the respect in the entire bill. And you need to hear this, ladies, because every time you can point out a Shaquille O'Neal or somebody who says his biological didn't bother, that is an infinitesimally small number. Most men who are stepfathers, who have been stepfathers, will tell you, don't ever do it.
A lot of these modern women like to mock. They like to degrade, insult, challenge, shame a man, his masculinity, his values. And then they wonder why men are opting out of dating. You don't really like that man. You just like the attention that he gives you.
Oh, sorry, pal. I think I just trampled on one of your vegetables.
A tomato is a fruit.
What'd you say?
A tomato is a fruit. So are avocados, cucumbers, and olives are fruits.
Huh, that's pretty good information.
Have a magnificent day. Hey, Matami, how you doing?
How are you doing?
Those are not good for you.
This?
Be good advice.
Could be good advice if I followed it. Hey, he's, the hugging.
It's just a way of being friendly.
Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Campbell. How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. Even when I'm doing bad, I'm doing good.
Sounds pretty deep.
Have a magnificent day.
You know what? I wasn't being honest with you, Produce. I'm not fine.
Maybe you just need to smile. A cheerful heart is good medicine. Hey, Mr. Kimball, how you doing? Let's do a shopping cart.
I'm not here to shop. I guess I just came to talk.
To me?
I guess I could use some of that magical happiness that you always seem to have. So what's your secret?
Maybe you just need to smile.
This is exactly the type of woman I have been warning you about. Stay far, far away. Flesh and bone, she crawled out of the gutter and into my inbox with this masterpiece while following me at the same time. You cannot make this up. Here's what she sent me. You're chopped as and you're thirsty as desperate for male attention and validation. Use some sunscreen or get some Botox. Do you even have any female friends? Because you're definitely not for the girls, stupid. That is straight out of the Bitter Single Mom Handbook. Overly edited profile pictures, lips blown up like balloons, Botox leaking out of her forehead, and she's telling me to get Botox? The delusion is off the charts. This is projection in its purest form. Angry, jealous, miserable women who cannot stand to see another woman win. She is so full of rage, she has to unload it on a stranger online. Imagine how she'll treat you. Fellas, listen closely. This is the kind of woman who will slash your tires, set your clothes on fire, punch herself in the face, then call the cops and try to get you arrested for. She doesn't need love. She needs a exorcism. This is not a red flag. This is a biohazard warning. Stay clear or she will drag you straight to with her.
Modern women will probably never understand that the peace a man feels after stepping away, stepping back from a chaotic dating market. It just peace, a sense of security, a sense of just overall relaxation. I don't have anybody telling me I'm doing something wrong when I'm doing something right. Fantastic feeling.
As soon as you say you don't like something a woman does, she automatically calls you
men, and I really believe that the men do not like women anymore. I really believe that. They're envying the women. Exactly. If you're telling me as a man, a heterosexual man, you spend time on social media going back and forth with women, talking about how you hate women that wear makeup, you hate women that do this. The only time I've ever heard of a group of people spend a lot of time focusing on another group of people they hate is slavery. And what is it? They wanted to beat us. Okay? Yeah. So if a man does all of that and talks about his hatred for women so loudly and overtly, I'm going to go with the wild assumption that you want to beat us, and I don't want no man that want to beat me.
So let me get something straight. The moment you say you hate a broke man, do you want to be like him? The moment you say you hate a mama's boy, do you want to be like him? The moment you say you hate a short man, do you want to be like him? I swear women get on here and talk without thinking it through. Just because a man said they like the natural side of women, no makeup, no fake hair, no lashes, we don't hate y'all. We hate the that y'all do, and y'all don't hear us out. We both don't like something on the opposite. It's a problem when I do it, but when y'all do it, it's cool? Come on. Just because somebody doesn't like something from the opposite doesn't mean they're trying to be like them. And let's just say hypothetically, the man did want to be just like you. Are you saying that's a bad thing? That men can't be? Because y'all be the same ones that say, oh, I want a friend, and then y'all got one. But I guess it only works for the guys that you're not attracted to.
Let me also say, as a man, you shouldn't be paying no girls' bills if y'all not married. I don't believe in that.
The opposite is the same.
Because I already feel it growing in the comments. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, as a man, you should not be paying no girls' bills.
I have been living together for 1.5 years now, and he's moving out next week. We're not breaking up.
Where are your friends? Where's your family? You're breaking up, my love. You guys are definitely breaking up.
Chris, why the you at that house? Why the you at that house? Huh? Get your dust over here!
How the is Chris gaining distance on the car? How the is Chris running that? Chris is soaring. Chris is a track star. Chris got wheels.
If you are a man in public,
give us some space. If you see a woman, just give us some space. I don't care if you're the nicest man on the planet and you have the best intentions.
I don't know who all these women are, because the vast majority, if not every single woman I've spoken with, wants to be approached in public again, wants to be approached in public again, wants to be approached in public again.
First of all, your mama.
If you are looking for a professional man, right now is the time. It is March Madness. They are at a bar, at a lounge, any place where there is a TV. They are locked in on those brackets, and you better get cute, get a girlfriend, no more than one. Sit up at a bar, know just a little bit about basketball, and spark a conversation. And to the men, if you see a young lady pull up at the bar, she is single and ready to mingle.
This is where most guys lose it after the approach. They start interviewing her. Where are you from? What do you do? Or trying way too hard to be funny. Instead, I will say it again, keep it simple. Make an observation, tease a little, and keep it light. Something like, you seem like trouble, I can already tell. Now you've created a vibe instead of an interview. You're not trying to impress her, you're seeing how she responds to you. If she's smiling and teasing back, engaging, you're doing it right.
So what are 3 things that make you not trust women? Like,
women are the biggest liars and manipulators.
Yeah?
Yeah, they worse than us.
You think so, though?
100%. Listen, I love women. I do. I love women. But come on, guys. They the biggest manipulators. Like, you know, a lot of those tears, they be... That's their defense mechanism.
When do they bring up the tears?
They bring up the tears. You never made a bitch cry before?
No, I have.
All right, then. You think it was real?
I think it's thought real so until now.
How
can you tell?
This shit's fake as bro.
I can't fake tears. Can you fake tears?
No, I'm not a...
Okay.
Why narcissists move so fast in relationships? One of a narcissist's tactics is, during a love bombing phase, they will really try to push to move in with you quickly, or get married quickly, or have a baby with you quickly. And you might think, wow, they're really just so romantic and head over heels in love with me. But in reality, the narcissist knows the closer they get to you and the faster that they move, the more power and influence they will have over your life, and hence the more control they will have. So don't get fooled by their seemingly romantic gestures. To a narcissist, it is really all about control.
Most women don't want chivalry until they experience it. Chivalry isn't about control, it's about character. For most history, chivalry has meant 3 simple things: respect, protection, and responsibility. Opening the door was not the point. The point was this, is that men should make people around him feel safe, respected, and valued. When a woman experiences that, she usually wants more. So chivalry isn't dead, it's just becoming more rare. So I want to hear from you why you think that is.
Men don't chase anymore. Men don't chase anymore. Why should they? No, really, tell me, why should they? What's the incentive? What's the incentive? You go with them now, 30 minutes later, they can do full lecture on your anatomy. Why should they? Do y'all remember there was a time in history where before a man could even see your bra strap, he had to marry you? And if he even did it on accident, the whole community had to force him to marry you. At a point, we actually have to start taking accountability as women and saying, you know what, we are part of the problem. We not only relinquished our power, we became so accessible. They chasing each other now because they harder to get for each other.
Free game, fellas. I need y'all to hear me out on this one because I can't make it up. Today's topic is a smokescreen. Now, if you've been in sales, you know exactly what a smokescreen is. And if you've been in the game, you know exactly what a smokescreen is. Now, if you ask a female a question and she answers the question, she could be telling the truth because the answer is relevant to the question that you asked previously. Now, if she gives you information or tells you something without you asking, like it comes out of the blue, smokescreen. You might as well believe the opposite. Females are amazing at making things sound good. And so you have to realize a reason why they're saying this thing right now, even though I didn't ask. It's not necessarily because they wanted you to know their information. It's because they're hiding some information behind the information that they just told you. This is a smokescreen. Now do with this as you will. But back when I used to listen to everything they say, that got me 100 times over. 100 times over.
He orders wings, I get a salad and a glass of wine. He gets like water. He doesn't even get a drink. So the date was fine. It was cool. He finishes his wings. And when the waitress comes over, he's like, oh, can we get the bill? And can you take the wings off? Because they was nasty. So now I'm looking at him like, you ate them though. Like he finished all the wings. Like there was no chicken on the bones. Like he finished them. And I just had a salad and a glass of wine. So he took his food off the bill. And when the bill came, he goes, you paying, right? Because I didn't get nothing. I'm like, what? And he like, yeah, I didn't even get nothing. So, yeah, I paid the bill.
I think women should be treated like goddesses.
And why are you showing me this clip, human known as Black Spider Guy advice?
I think if men want access to women, there shouldn't be like a I give you money.
I showed you that clip because I need your help. And why the would I help a lowly Negro such as yourself? Aren't you supposed to be a hero of logic? Why not use your power of common sense to defeat these so-called feminists?
And you fold my laundry. You give me money and I give you the time of day at all. That's the way that I see it.
My world playing this fire ideology. It's corrupted them. It's creating more division than our world can handle. I need your power.
Would you ever buy dinner for a man? No.
Interesting. If I were to erase this ideology from the minds of all people on Earth, let's speak of what you will owe me in return.
My experience and my observation is that most women are men in skirts, meaning that the way their presence, their being, the way we roll in the world, it's very masculine because we've been conditioned and programmed out of our feminines. And when I say, I don't mean feminist movement in the world, I want to be a fireman or a football player. I'm talking about, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how to be a woman in your being. What is the distinction between feminine power and masculine power? And we've been conditioned and trained to be men in skirts. We do everything like men. We compete like men. I said this on the R Spot a few weeks ago. I said, most women want their boyfriend to act like their girlfriends, chatting, shopping. But when the man comes home, what they meet is another dude.
A woman needs love, a man needs respect. Right. But it's almost easy for us to say, well, he can get my respect when he earns it. Wow. Right. Can you imagine if your husband said she can have my love when she earns it? Just as much as women need love, your husband needs respect. Right. Not only was he created to be able to need this, to receive it, he was built that way. He's going to be drawn to the places where he actually does receive it. That's right. Whether it's his workplace, some of us are like, why is he always out of the house? Why doesn't he like to be at home? Why does he always feel so grumpy or look so grumpy when he's at home? But then for some reason, when we're out with his friends or when he's at work, he's thriving there. You see so much joy in him. It's because he's receiving respect. He's going to find respect in the relationships where he receives it. And if that's the case, we've got to figure out a way to understand that there is a true need for a man to be able to receive respect.
That's good.
So the question is, why are there so many single people who are not interested in dating? And ladies, we got these men shook because all they hear is how much money they should be spending on these dates. So look, if you got a $300 minimum that you feel like a man should be spending on a date, and the man take out 2 women in 1 week with that same mentality, that's $600 that he spent on dates with women that he don't even know that he like yet. And understand that a rich man will spend the money because he'll spend as much as necessary to get what it is that he wants from you because he got it. So our focus should be, is he a protector? Is he a provider? How does he treat his kids? How do he treat his mama? It's so many other things that we could be focused on. Now, there is a caveat. Men, if you broke, you shouldn't be dating. Let's just start there. Women, same thing. If you broke, you shouldn't be dating. Get your life together first. So if you built a lifestyle and you are able to afford a lifestyle of your own, I am not saying go get you a man and find you a man who is broke, but the focus should not be how much he can spend on dates. The focus should be everything that has to do everything with his personality and how he treats you. What y'all think about that?
When white women love black men, just know it's sincere. Think about all the rude comments, the stares, all types of crazy things you could think of that a white woman would have to go through in order to love a black man. I really think it's so unfair how people overlook the fact that our black men are being treated correctly by white women. How can you not accept that? How can you disagree with that concept? I think our white women deserve a shout out, because there are so many black men who do not get treated correctly in relationships. And if a white woman steps up to the plate, I think they deserve way more recognition, and I think we should celebrate them. So go ahead and drop a comment. Do you support interracial relationships? Why or why not? If you do, go ahead and hit the follow button, and let's find you a match if you're single.
Why are most men insecure around women that are about their business? I think because they haven't found their purpose yet. I think the only reason why a man would ever down a woman is because he doesn't feel good inside of himself and his mission and his purpose and his plan and his level of leadership. And so instead of doing something about his issue, he attacks that woman. Because a man that sees a woman as his partner, even if she's a little bit ahead of him, will be like, oh yeah, that's my baby and I'm getting mine too. I've never met anyone doing better than me that talks down on other people. I've only ever met low vibrational people that have low vibrational experiences. And the more low vibrational you are, the more you get to perpetuate that story. I don't subscribe to that story, but I feel like to me, it's giving weak. It's giving you are insecure inside of your result. And so now you want to lash out and attack. Yeah. Because it's a mirror of all the things you could have done and you didn't. It's a mirror of all the ways that you lack. It's a mirror of all the disappointments that you have. And instead of dealing with yourself, you take it out on that person.
Because sometimes you feel like you are like dressed like down, like to the, like, you look good. You got it that day. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, why are all only like that I'm not interested in the ones approaching me? And I just like got kind of fed up with it. So I just started like approaching that I was interested, that I thought were fine. Right. And so like I had a lot of success. It was really great. But I like remember once like asking like my group of guy friends, like, what is your thought process when a woman approaches you? Like, what do you think that like means, or like how do you categorize that? I guess it like in your own mind, they're like, oh, I just know we. And I was like, sheesh. That really changed my perception of like interest to approach men. Because I was like, that's not how I approach it. Okay. I'm like, it just means that like I obviously think that you look good and I'm interested in getting to know you. Yes. But not like off break, like
right, 0 to 100.
Yeah, like geez.
But I think that's how most men think when they approach a woman. Is like, I'm approaching because I want to sleep with you. Yeah, maybe we'll start talking and I might like you as a person, but I'm approaching you because I think that you're attractive physically and I want to see if I can sleep with you.
And I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you want to be a wife in the future or a spouse, it does not matter how good you are in bed or how well you throw down in the kitchen or the fact that you're OCD about being the best cleaner in the world. All those things don't matter if you don't know how to apologize, if you don't know how to pick your battles, if you don't know how to speak life into someone, pray over someone, prioritize someone, if you're unwilling to compromise, if you have an attitude problem. The best part about marriage is being able to build and grow with someone else. Try not to focus too much on like superficial things, because it's truly the ability to connect with someone in an intangible, spiritual way that makes you the partner for them. The reason why no one compares to my husband has nothing to do with his physical attribute. He drives me to work every day. He remembers to clean my scrubs if I'm late on laundry. He encourages me to pursue my goals. If he says he's going to do something, he does it. No questions asked. The most reliable human being I've ever met. And it's our words and actions that we've built over years that will always make him a priority in my life. Basically, being in a relationship is a lot more about developing with someone and collaborating than it is about being performative or trying to be a specific archetype of something for someone, you know? Just my humble opinion.
So your man used to pursue you and he used to put in all the work and now he's not, and you're sitting there wondering what is going on. Relationships are so humbling because the reality is your first instinct is to go, he's giving up, he's the problem, but you could also be giving up and you could also be the problem. For me, true wisdom comes from the Lord, so I used my favorite Christian app, Haven, to get deeper into the subject. As women in a relationship, we are prone to be more emotional, but our men need to be taken care of emotionally as well. And I feel because of that, we forget that men need to feel appreciated. There's a lot of women that sit in the place of, you need to always tend to me being the more emotional one and you got your things figured out because you're a man. The reality is a man wants to come to you and let down that guard as well. And at the beginning of the relationship, he probably pursued you so hard because you were tending to the emotional needs that he had. But as we go longer in the relationship, it's more likely that the female gets more selfish with always needing to be the center of attention. Your man probably feels neglected and doesn't feel as seen or heard because you're not creating an environment that feels like that. Listen, relationships are meant to humble you, so unless you can humble yourself and put the other person in front of you, you're not ready to be in a relationship. So yeah, he will just eventually give up.
Have you realized when we have most ladies who speak on marriage, it's normally based on their own experience, not ideally what marriage and the institution of marriage is about. So let's say we have a divorcee who is bitter and who starts saying bad things about marriage. They come to social media, they use their platforms and they start saying men are this, men are that. And what does it do to the average young lady who is still looking forward towards marriage? They become indoctrinated with these bad doctrine that come from these bitter old women, and they start treating men in a certain way. So already the lady is going into marriage protecting herself, selfish, thinking about herself, thinking about how can I best benefit from this marriage as a lady. You get? So already we have women who are going into marriage with the wrong mentality. So it is needed for another voice to be raised by God to come and correct the indoctrination that most women are under. It's delusion. It's delusion to think that as a lady, the only thing you are there to get from a man is a ring and provision, but you don't see your impact and the role that you need to play as a wife. Yeah.
You see a lot of hot women dating mediocre men.
Yeah, because looks don't really matter. And your judgment, look at your face. So your judgment of what a mediocre man is based on what he looks like. But look at you.
And I used to get frustrated by that. And
You used to get frustrated by that. Why? Beautiful. Why? You're upset that the woman didn't have her looks match? You wish it were the other way around? Well, you live in a world of fantasy. See, this is what I told you about women's relationship with the truth. You tell a man the truth, his instinct is to appreciate it. You show a woman the truth, her instinct is to, I want it the other way around.
It's like, I wish it were the other way around. I wish more hot men would date mediocre women.
Yeah, well, they won't. That's your universe that you made in your mind because she doesn't think that anyone else exists.
Till I saw those couples in the wild and thought, well, I'm hotter than her. He should be dating me. And that's when I realized, oh, I just want hot men to date me.
So why don't you take care of what you look like? Just take care of yourself better then. Like, instead of about the way that other people are together and who's with who, why don't you focus on making yourself better, you dumb.
I don't care about other women.
All these guys I date are just beta males, looking for a mother to tell them what to do. I don't know why it's so hard to find a faithful, masculine man that will treat you right.
Well, why are you entertaining those men instead of the masculine men you say you want?
Because those men want a soft, dainty little flower. And in my experience, those men don't know how to handle strong, independent women that don't need them.
Is that really true, though? Because those are some masculine traits you listed there. And if a man actually isn't as masculine, then it's not like he can't handle things like strength and independence. He is those things. He probably just doesn't want to date it.
Well, if they were actually masculine, they would be able to deal with a strong woman that challenges them to be better.
Well, a person with a lot of masculine energy has had to overcome a lot of challenges head on, as you would know. Do you really think they want more challenges? A boss already challenges you. A coach challenges you. Life itself will bring plenty of its own challenges, but a partner has your back. A partner supports you through those challenges, not adds to them. So a masculine man doesn't want to deal with a woman that brings more challenges into the relationship any more than you want to deal with these feminine passive men who you have to tell what to do. You're asking for a man who's already put in the work to balance out their masculine feminine energies that you haven't actually done yet.
So you're saying that if I want a man who's already masculine, I would have already had to have done the work to balance out my feminine side?
Bingo.
Did you guys know that 44% of Gen Z men have never approached a woman in public, which is crazy, but also makes sense if you haven't been living under a rock. So if you're a man, a Gen Z or whoever, and you don't know how to approach a woman in public, this is for you. Don't know why it gets so complicated so quick, guys. Just keep it simple. It doesn't even have to be like this special thing unless you have like a genuine compliment you want to give her. If it doesn't seem like she's doing something like crazy important, just go up to her and be like, hey, my name is blah, blah, blah. I saw you. I think you're beautiful and I would love to get to know you more, or here's my number. If she's immediately like standoffish, rude, or says she has a boyfriend, just say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry for interrupting you. I hope you have a great. And guess what? If a woman is mean to you right off the bat, when you give her a genuine compliment, you don't want to be with her anyways. And two, I think the key in all this is we are going to be pretty guarded from the get-go, though, to try to suss out the situation. But you can like read her and see that she has a positive response. I think you have the green light. And like the key in all of it is keep the convo super short, especially if she's with other people. And then like don't linger, because then that's just like creepy. That's creepy if anyone lingers. If a girl is lingering by you and you're like, why are you in my space? I don't know what it is, but recently I've kind of just had this like mindset with like dating and meeting people, and that's why I'm on dating apps like Cuffed and meeting new people, because it's just fun. A lot of people have a lot of opinions about this topic, but this is just mine. So yeah,
I'm gonna say the quiet part out loud.
No, do not say the quiet part out loud. It's the quiet part for a reason. View discretion is advised.
A lot of niggas done got so comfortable. A lot of y'all, period, but this is more for the men. They done got so comfortable on this app with the whole weight loss and the weight shaming and all this that they forget they ugly. They forget they only got a face a mother can love. Like, a lot of you is ugly as shit. Like, you know, after everybody lose weight, right? Say everybody lose weight. You know it's going to be something else, right? It's going to be your face. It's going to be your face. And a lot of y'all niggas fell in that category. And what are you going to do then? What are you going to do then?
The same exact thing ugly men have always done. Make money, make women laugh, and f them good. I know it's frustrating for a lot of y'all that a man's level of attractiveness is not as important in a relationship as a woman's is. In the dating market, each respective gender values things differently. Men value beauty, cooperation, and youth. Women value protection, provision, and production. That alone should tell you that we are aligned differently when it comes to what we're looking for in a partner. Women have no issue dating a man that is hideous as long as he makes a lot of money. Whether you like it or not, as long as that man is ugly and productive, he has a chance. And the higher his production, the higher the chance he has to get with some of the finest women walking the face of the earth. That's just the way the game is. So even if every woman walking the face of the earth was in shape and she was in her best form, ugly men still have a chance because they produce things that you desire. But of course, I know she ain't gonna listen to shit that I'm saying, because I'm just a normal guy. You gotta keep the change.
It's not a flex if a man is living with you and he's paying all the bills. This is according to Professor Bay. Let her explain it to you.
It ain't nothing appealing about living with a man saying, oh, my man, the household bills. He's going to have to pay bills to have somewhere to stay. So in reality, he's benefiting a lot more than you are with y'all living together, because women put a lot more into a household, managing a household and making sure things in that household run smoothly. To me, the amount of labor that you have to put in living with a man, no matter how good he is not worth living with him paying those household bills.
But just like he was paying bills on his own and has to do so anyway, with you or not, don't you have to take care of your own household, whether he's there or not, as well? Unless you're with a man who never did any things on his own when he lived on his own, or cooked for himself, he never cleaned for himself. And maybe I get it. I'm thinking you living together, you're lightening each other's load. No?
The real flex is him giving you some money, you living in your own space, he lives in his own space, and get out your face.
I guess that is a flex, but who's doing that nowadays? In this economy?
All that spending the night, all that in your kitchen, all that cleaning up behind him, all that him asking you thousands of questions, what's for dinner, all that. The amount of work is just not worth them little couple $1,000. No.
I mean, if my bills were paid and I was in charge of domestic stuff, I don't see that as a bad thing, especially if I don't have to work. And even if I had to work, my bills are paid. I guess it all depends on the type of man he is. Maybe I'm missing something. But what do you guys think?
The harsh reality is we haven't been together in years. That's why I choose to date immediately after the breakup. The harsh reality is my mind left the relationship 2 years ago. My heart left the relationships 5 years before that. But some of us stay for the kids. Some of us stay for the image. Some of us stay for the lifestyle. Some of us stay out of guilt. Some of us stay out of peer pressure. But I've been wanted to leave. My body just wouldn't let me. And so now that my body has the strength to leave, my body is the last thing to go. I've been detached from you for years. So that's why I'm able to move on as fast as I moved on, because the whole time you thought that we were in a relationship, I was getting my mind together. I was getting my heart together. I was getting my strength together. And that's why I can go outside and date successfully, because I've already done the work while I was in the relationship with you. I sat back and I did the reflection all of the nights alone. I did the homework. I did the sitting back and just analyzing myself. And that is why I can leave you and in 6 months be married, because I knew exactly what I liked, because you taught me what I didn't.
I saw a post the other day that said something like, people are struggling to date because everyone's dating half-heartedly. And honestly, it's so true. So many people across different ages, backgrounds and generations are complaining about the dating pool right now, and they're all complaining about the same thing. But that post nailed it. It's because we're in an era of half interest. Everyone's like kind of talking, kind of seeing each other, kind of keeping it casual, but deep down most people are craving something real. Many people are faced with this like block. We want connection, but we're terrified to commit. We want intimacy, but we're too scared to be seen. It's like a world full of people pretending they don't care while actually caring too much. And then on top of that, there's this energetic imbalance. Masculine energy pulling back, feminine energy overextending. Women are tired, men feel disconnected, and nobody feels safe. Nobody feels balanced. Let's throw all the unhealed stuff into the mix. The ghosting, the avoiding, the breadcrumbing. But honestly, it's no wonder people don't know how to communicate anymore. We're all out here wanting healed relationships while holding on to wounds that we still haven't dealt with yet. We all take a moment to be really honest with ourselves. Real love requires real effort. Real connection requires real presence. And the healing, that's all you. Listen, this weird dating era doesn't have to define us. We can still choose honesty, we can still choose clarity, and we can still choose to show up.
The hardest marriages for women to leave are often when they are married to husbands who are good guy presenting. And I want to explain this to you, because these husbands, they don't yell, right? They don't cheat, they don't disappear, they show up when they're supposed to, they will help if you tell them exactly what to do, when to do it, how to do it, every single time, right? They're not necessarily they're not really chaotic. They're not necessarily scary and having, huge outbursts. They're literally just there. And I think for so many women, this is what makes it so hard to name and so hard to leave, because nothing is technically wrong, right? But nothing is deeply right either. Like, he doesn't proactively make your life easier. He doesn't anticipate your needs. He doesn't carry the mental labor with you. He just sits there waiting for instructions, like a puppy dog waiting for a command, right? And when you're exhausted and you're resentful and you're already drowning, this will make you feel like you're crazy, because you have friends whose husbands are way worse than that. You've seen the horror stories, you've seen the TikToks, you know that worse guys out there exist. And your husband isn't necessarily like that. He's a good guy, right? But good guy presenting isn't the same as being an engaged and invested and a participative partner. Bare minimum behavior wrapped in politeness is still bare minimum. And what makes it so draining is that you can't point to one big thing. It's not like one big thing happened in your marriage. It's literally by 1,000 paper cuts. It's that you're not considered without asking. You're never relieved from your duties without delegating to him first. You're never being prioritized without being prompted or reminded. And then you start wondering if you're crazy. You start wondering if you're asking for too much, wondering if you're just too hard to please, if you'll never be happy. But you're not asking for too much. You're not too hard to please. You are literally asking for partnership, but you're getting this passive participation, and you're being expected to tolerate it because it could always be worse.
A lot of men are going to continue to opt out because, the expectations for a man are always escalating. They're always going up and up and rising. And a man is never enough while you have, and they're undefined expectations. They're undefined. They could go either way. You never really truly know what that woman wants. And if you continue to move the goalpost, a lot of men are just going to say, I quit. And you're going to wonder why men opt out. That's why.